Oh boy. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Onepeg. Hi. It's another rant video. I know that you guys are ready, so buckle up. Here we go. Over the course of the weekend, BSG ended up having this event where there was a single map that was free, unless you were under level 15, and then all of the maps were still free. But if you were over level 15, there was one map that was free, and then all the other maps had like random items that were required to be able to get into them to play them just for one raid. And then there was this counter that kind of ran in the background, 120 to 150,000 kills. And when you hit that marker, the map rotated to another free map, and then the rest of the items for all of the entry would shuffle around, and then it would kind of keep going around this little carousel. There were a lot of people that thought that this was some type of test because there was a level restriction requirement thing that was added to the game over the course of this past week. And it was data mined by Logical Solutions. I think I ended up reporting it on like Thursday or Friday morning, something like that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, there was this level restriction stuff, and people thought that maybe this was a test. I don't think that that's the case, but whatever. I feel like if it was a test, they should have just said like, hey, we're going to be testing some different things over the course of the weekend. Instead, they wrapped it up in this lore thing with Fence that ended up kind of ringing really weird because it didn't seem to follow Fence's canon. Like Fence is supposed to be like this hacker group, like Anonymous. And then at the end of the event, the hacker group just kind of like ran away with their tail tucked between their legs. Like, since when has that ever happened with Fence or Anonymous in general? Like, they never admit defeat, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm ranting. It's a rant video. We're ranting. And I'm probably going to talk over muddle my own words and stuff. It is what it is. We're not even going to bother cutting it. I'm just going to keep fucking going. Who cares? So then all of the bosses were on all of the maps, 100% spawn chance. 100%, including cultists, by the way. So that was really fun, but it only lasted like 3 hours, and it was over by like 9:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, which means that on a Sunday morning, if you were a gamer that was just trying to get your ass up, rolling out of bed, you sit down at your desk, you got your little brekkie going on, maybe you got yourself a Hot Pocket and you got your cup of coffee and you take your first sip. By the time you're done with your first sip, event over. BSG showed that their pullout game rivals that of Nick Cannon. Weak as fuck. Yeah, so I don't get it. Like, and I realize I have been overly critical of BSG lately, but I want to say that I love Tarkov. I love the game, and I love the developers that are making the game. Nikita, if you are watching this, I think you're a fucking rock star, dude. I really do. I think you have some of the most talented level designers and artists and animators in gaming, hands down, period, anywhere, ever. At the same time, I feel as though there are community involvement, like design directions, eventized kind of stuff that really is not panning out that well. And I say this from a place of love, right? I look at this like how my mom raised me. My mom is my number one fan. She is my champion. She watches every single video. She's watched every video since the beginning. Mom, I love you. You are an amazing, amazing person, and I am proud to be your son. My mom loves me to death. And at the same time, she's one of my biggest critics I have ever known in my entire life. And she does this because she wants me, even now, to be the best version of myself that I can possibly be. She wants me to better myself as much as I can every day. And I would hope that BSG would see a guy like me criticizing the game that a way that I do, and the design direction, and the community involvement, and the things that I have criticized over the years as a way for them to realize how much I care about this game and I want the game to succeed. I'm trying to be constructive in the criticism that I give. It's not just a bitch fest. It's me trying to direct, even with my tiny voice, in the best way that I possibly can for a game like this to be the best version of itself. There are things that have plagued this game from the very beginning that are still present in the game now. Issues that they just cannot seem to get rid of. They got these cancerous tumor bugs that have been in this thing from day one that they just can't fix. And I genuinely hope they are able to fix them. But aside from that, these design directions that seem to alienate entire swaths of the player base, and it's not because of just the United States. This could be Australia. In fact, there are design decisions that they have made with like ping restrictiveness and whatnot that alienated certain parts of the globe from being able to play Tarkov at all. Things that I reported on because I've always been an advocate for people that want to play a video game. And I've always been an advocate for demanding more from the companies that create the products that we consume, especially in the world of gaming, especially since the phrase early access game came to be known in the player base as a whole for gaming. Early access games tend to be fleecing shit. And unfortunately, when it comes to early access games where they take our money and then it's forever in development, I'm looking at you, Star Citizen, there will always be those players that take people's money and never ever finish the product. In a lot of cases, they take the money and they just disappear. They fall off the face of the earth. Dead game. Fell apart in development. Thank you for the cash. No, there are no refunds. Now, I don't believe BSG is doing that. But with that in mind, at the same time, I don't feel as though we as consumers demanding excellence from the companies that create our products is somewhat of a weakness. In fact, I believe that to be a strength. You don't just let them go. You should demand more. And while I realize that BSG is a company that's made up of 130 devs last check, and possibly less now that the Russian invasion of Ukraine and whatnot has been going on, there's possibly some people that aren't working there anymore, and they're probably having a hard time trying to get new devs to move to St. Petersburg, considering that no one really wants to go to Russia right now. I would argue that even though they are a small indie development company, over the last 2.5 years, they've generated $200 million plus worth of gross revenue. $200 million worth of gross revenue when you don't have to pay Steam's overhead cost goes an awful long way. And I believe that if you have 100 heads worth of devs, $200 million in pocket over 2 years worth of sales is probably giving you the ability to spend some cash and make sure that everybody's kind of doing okay, right? Nikita's got a nice new Mustang. We've seen that. Like, dude's got a little bit of pocket change to be able to spend some cash. It's not like they're hurting. And there's no reason why they shouldn't be demanding of that level of excellence of themselves. So if I see something like this, I'm going to call it out. It is what it is, dude. And yeah, maybe I'm an asshole, all right? But I'm an asshole. I'm saying these assholish things because I actually give a shit about the game and its success. That's it. I care. Sorry that I care. All right. I'm done ranting. I would like to see them improve upon what it is that they've been trying to do with the events. I'd like to see them continue to improve upon the communication level that they are putting out. I'm glad that there's now feedback reports on when you report cheaters and whatnot. I think that stuff is great. It's great. I just want to see them continue to make smart choices because this was not a smart choice. It wasn't. It is what it is, man. Hopefully the next event, they learn from this mistake and they don't pay it forward or some shit. I just want to play with 100% bosses too. That's all. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for coming to my TED talk, my rant, my peg talk. I don't know. I don't know. Fucking sub the channel and come and check me out on Twitch in the morning. All right. I'll be live around 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will see you in the next one. Later.